Your kid's training is probably missing the one thing that separates good athletes from elite ones, and it's not what you think. We see parents dropping thousands on wearables, VR systems, motion tracking gadgets, thinking they're buying the ultimate edge. Well, here's a reality check. 70% of kids quit sports by the age of 13. Thank you to the American Academy of Pediatrics for that note. The ones sticking it out, most are either hurt from overuse or lagging because they're not training at game speed. Here's what we've learned after testing every shiny piece of youth sports tech with hundreds of athletes at AIQ. The edge doesn't come from gadgets or even old school training. It comes from a blend. By the end of this video, you'll see that most tech is just digital clutter, but what actually carries over to game day. Point 1. Tech can supercharge training if you actually use it right. Parents think it's a choice, high tech or fundamentals. There's the trap. Here's the truth. Reaction to a stimulus is the foundation of sport. Split-second decisions under pressure while moving with power. That's the gold. That's athletic IQ's holy grail. Tools like Sport React, VR systems, and motion tracking can crank up the chaos of a live game in ways a coach can't repeat on every rep. It's game day decision making baked right into the drill with hard data showing progress. Your kid's not just getting stronger, they're getting smarter. Training the brain to process and react at game speed is the separator between the good and the elite. And these reps, you just don't get them anywhere else. But here's the catch. If tech doesn't force fast, reactive decisions under real cognitive load, it's really just a fancy light show. If your kid dominates reaction drills in the gym, but freezes when there's a defender in their face, then the training has failed. Point 2, data plus coaching equals power. Data alone equals nothing. This one's gonna save you money and headaches. Parents obsess over recovery scores, sprint times, and heart rate charts without knowing what any of it means. For performance, collecting data doesn't make your kid better. Here's my take. Data is gold only when paired with coaching. Numbers just show what happened. Coaches explain why it happened and how to fix it. The magic is pairing precision tech and real coaching eyes. Research shows athletes who get both improve 40% faster than those buried in just raw numbers. Now, we've seen kids crushed by bad numbers no one ever explained to them, and others just pumped up by perfect scores that never translated to their sport. Without context, data is just noise. Fastest 40-yard dash? Cool. But if they can't read a play, it's useless. Point 3, transferability is everything, but most tech is just clutter. All right, here's the gut punch. If it doesn't transfer to the field, it's a waste. Good data that doesn't carry over is just digital clutter. Ask yourself this, does this make my kid faster, better decisions under pressure in their sport? If not, it's just expensive toys. Here's an example. I've seen kids crush light reaction drills, fast times, perfect accuracy. Then in scrimmages, lost. Because lights don't mimic reading body language, anticipating moves, or making decisions with real stakes. At AIQ, we use the same tech, but layer with sport-specific movements, unpredictable scenarios, and fatigue. That's what makes it transferable. Tech should enhance real skills, not replace them. Point 4, the missing link most kids don't get. Here's the part no one tells parents. Most kids have tech. When they don't have is a system that blends tech with solid movement fundamentals and coaching that connects data to real game-ready skills. At Athletic IQ, we use tech to sharpen instincts and speed up decision-making, but we never skip the foundations. Strength, movement literacy, physical literacy, problem solving. We use tech as the accelerator, not the engine. Sports are mental and physical. We build athletes who think fast, move well, and thrive in chaos. That might mean using Sport React for agility work while they're tired, while they're taking verbal cues, while they're executing specific game moves. The tech's not the star, the athlete is. The future stars won't be the ones with the most gadgets. They'll be the ones who think fast, adapt quickly, and perform under pressure. So remember, tech without transferability equals toys. Data without coaching equals noise. Training without mental development equals exercise, not preparation. The magic happens when you put it all together, training the whole athlete, physically, mentally, and cognitively. And here's the kicker. There's a specific age window where this kind of training has the biggest long-term payoff. Miss it, and you leave a ton of potential on the table. And if you're realizing your kid's training is missing this system, check the link below to see how Athletic IQ blends cutting-edge tech with fundamentals to build purpose-built athletes.